I think we're going live here. Let's see if this works. And we are. All right, it's working. It's working, folks. All right, let's get the chat window up here so I can see. Hello, Ford. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Here, I'm trying to get my window so I can see the glance here. Oh, what's going on? I just lost the window. Where'd it go? Okay, my desktop, my chat window just disappeared. There you are. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Charles. Illusion. It's early Sunday morning. I was sitting here having coffee, and I had plans today to go out and do some work in the barn and a little bit of garden stuff, and it's gonna rain. Like, oh, it's cold. Oh, you like the rough look? Hey, it's my protest look. This is my protest look. I'm protesting right now. That's what I'm doing. Doug's already had treats, but I bet you we could get him to come again. Okay. He's on the couch sleeping right now. Oh, there's not many treats here. Oh, here he comes. And he was asleep on the couch. Oh, dog. All right, more treats. Hey, you already had treats this morning with my first cup of coffee. All right. All right. Hey, little dog. Oh, folks, what a crazy time, to be alive. I wouldn't even call it a lie right now. It's like some kind of torture test. All this gluten stuff. It's like gluten, gluten, gluten. Right, Doug? It's just crazy. The glutinous stuff that's going on. Oh yeah, I know, Marilyn. The gluten jab is probably going to be worse than the gluten itself. That scares me. It scares me a lot, actually, because I know people who know people that got the gluten jab, and I'm worried that even though they're not going to they didn't take it, but they can't stay away from these people that got the gluten jab because they have like a familia connection, and they think it's crazy. So I'm like, I got. So because of degrees of separation, I've got people I can't go near because their family got the gluten jab and they're refusing to stay away from those people. So it's like I'm going to end up getting isolated here. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Right, and I didn't go through all of this in my life to have myself fall victim because somebody else did something. Not going to happen. Oh, Doug. Hang on there, dog. Yeah, I know. I'm just cutting the bag open here, puppy. Dog. Oh, what a dog. You have no patience or manners, do you? Here. Okay. Okay, here. There. Lick the thing. All right. Clean the bag up. So Texas, so they're still doing lockdowns in the cities? Charles, I thought the state is open. Oh, the mayors, the health departments in the cities are still doing full gluten Nazi stuff. Yeah, that's a problem, The health departments in the cities. I'm telling you, folks, these gluten police Unelected bureaucrats running the show. Sort of sounds like a communist country, eh? Unelected officials running the show. That's what it sounds like. You know, you still. Well, there's some crazy. They're trying to pass a crazy law. I think it's called Bill 66 in Alberta. Okay, Doug's got his feet inside it. Bill 66 in Alberta. They want to give the power to the health minister. I forget what her name is. Woman. Oh God, her name escapes me right now. Not Bonnie Henry. That's the one in BC. I forget her name. But anyways, they want to give her the authority to give $100,000 fine first offense, second offense $500,000 fine. They want to be able to go back 3 years on statute of limitations on infractions, and they want to have the authority to condemn your home or business or whatever factory if there's health infractions with COVID. And here's the thing, folks, this is the crazy part, and this is why this one really rings a bell with me, is they want to do it based on opinions and reports, not inspections. So they can condemn your property by their opinion that because you have a bunch of infected people in your building or you didn't get enough vaccinations or whatever, that they can confiscate what you own without an inspection. They don't even have to inspect your property. And that's Bill 66 in Alberta that they're trying to pass. It's absolutely crazy. And the reason this really rings a bell with me, because I've had a big fight with the government back in 2012 when I lost my business there, when the government, wanted to get rid of me, and their lawsuit was completely based on an opinion and of their interpretation of the law. And so I know how dangerous, firsthand, because I lived it, how dangerous an opinion is of a bureaucrat. I'm telling you, folks, we are in bad, bad place. Opinions on bureaucrats are absolutely like they're like an acid. They're like they gotta you gotta get rid of them. They're bad. You know. And then last week, Ontario, you probably heard the news, we went into lockdown where the government premier gave our esteemed Gestapo police the authority to pull us over, check us, and just like show us your papers. Nazi Germany, brown shirts. And now the police came out, and the police came out and said, we're not going to enforce these new rules. And I said right away, I actually, I did say, publicly online actually, I think about the 3rd Police Force, I said, this is a show. They're going to call the military, they're going to call the federal government in, the Emergency Measures Act. And so all the police forces, 44 out of 45 said they wouldn't enforce the new rules. And then sure enough, this week, Ford asked the federal government for help. Well, him and Francois Legault of Quebec, premier, which the document signed with 2 different color pens. So I'm thinking Ford disappeared, went over there and got signatures. He went out of province. And they requested for federal intervention on the borders and the airports. So that means the next step is the military is going to be on the streets. I think probably within a month, we'll see the military stopping freedom of movement, because they got to stop the money velocity. They got to crash the economy to get the new financial reset for the new currency that's coming. And then Ford comes out this week in Ontario and says that he's sorry. This is good, folks, but it was a big red pill moment this week. Actually, I would actually probably 1 million people got woken up this week, backfired because Ford disappeared for 5 days, and he couldn't do news conferences because somebody got sick and got gluten intolerant exposure, and he had to go into isolation. And he said he couldn't turn a laptop on to do a virtual meeting. I thought maybe he had a blood clot because he just got the Astra one for gluten shot, and but he somehow survived and reappeared. But he said he couldn't do a Zoom press conference because he didn't know how to turn a laptop on. 56 years old, doesn't know how to turn a laptop on. And he's running the province, owns a $50 million, ironically, a $50 million label company for internet shipping. He can't turn a laptop on. I find that very suspicious. Uh, but, anyways, um, everybody hates him, and then he comes out this week and asks the federal government, for help, and then says, "Oh, we'll give you paid sick leave now," because he was making $834 a day while he was in self isolation, with his gluten intolerance. Oh, so then I lost my train of thought there. I was on a really roll to where the finale of where we're headed here this week. Oh God, I lost it, folks. We got There's a chain of events going to happen here, and it's coming this week. Oh, well, it'll come to me. I drifted away there. Anyway, what a crazy time we live in. What a crazy, crazy time. You know. And the Toronto police, they've got now they've got a task force. They created a special task force to patrol neighborhoods, to 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 check for people having too many people in their homes. Yeah, a special task force. I'm telling you, man, I would love to see the books of all the government in the world, the amount of money being spent on enforcement, the overtime, folks. Well, I know the doctors. I just read a document. The Ontario government is paying $385 an hour for an ICU doctor from 7 a.m. till midnight, and from midnight till 7 a.m. they're paying them $450 an hour for the ICU. So the doctors, they're playing along, because think about it, at 385 an hour, per day, and if you worked, if you wanted to do lots of hours and you're willing to burn yourself out, you could easily make 75 grand a month. So you're going to toe the party line about gluten intolerance at 75 grand a month. You know, and the doctors. I'm just curious why the government only listen to doctors that are pro, the gluten intolerant, and the people that are saying the gluten intolerant isn't really a problem, they won't listen to them, because there's a doctor, what was her name, Kulvinder Gill, and she was in 2017. She was in a Senate hearing for the federal government, and she had credibility. The federal government had her for a Senate hearing then in 2017. But now they won't listen to her. And I'm like, well, what happened to her? She was credible back then. The government listened to you, but now the government won't listen to you. It's like, it's strange how they'll only listen to pro-gluten, people. I don't get it. Ford, I watched a video this week of this little girl. She was like about 5, 6 years old, and she's just a little kid, like a sweet little girl, and they're doing kindergarten via Zoom meetings, and the little girl was just bawling her eyes out. It was the saddest thing. I broke my heart watching it, and she didn't want to sit in front of the computer anymore and do class like that, and she wanted to see her friends, and she didn't know why, and it was absolutely, tore me apart, because I have memories from being a child, and traumatic things are what burns into your brain. Okay, that's what scars you. It's not the good stuff. The good stuff you forget about. It's the bad stuff that haunts you forever. And when I watched that little girl crying, and I thought to myself, I remember, traumatic incidences in my life that still to this day, I can remember them like they happened yesterday. I remember things that happened to me when I was 5 years old, that shook me up, and that clears a bell, memories, so it burns in your mind. And this little girl, here, like what the government is doing, because of gluten intolerance, is unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Like there's going to be a whole generation of young people that are going to be scarred beyond anything anybody can even imagine. You know, like beyond anything anybody can even imagine. You know, you know, you know. Anyways, it's a crazy world. But the mayors, you know, well, in Brazil's another one. You know, they're the governors and the mayors in Brazil have got complete, you know, gluten Nazis. You know, Bolsonaro is fighting them. You know, the Supreme Court there. I was reading that 3 states have won now, fighting the governors of the states that the lockdowns are unconstitutional. You know, Bolsonaro wants to arm everybody up with guns, the whole population, to fight the commies coming. You know, they're really making him look bad. And it's like, I have a hard time, you know, thinking that a leader is bad when he publicly states, and he's demanding the government let the people have guns. It's like, you know, I don't see how that could be a dictator. You know, when you're trying to arm the population. You know, like, and he actually, I watched a video of him, and he actually was screaming at the top of his lungs to the government, you know, the justice minister, about relaxing the gun laws so that people could have guns to fight. And he says to fight the commies, because I got my friend to translate it, my Portuguese friend, because I didn't trust the subtitles, and my friend said exactly the subtitles are dead on, and I was like, okay, well, he's the real deal, but he's fighting, you know. There's something going on, folks. There's this gluten intolerant thing is crazy, you know. You know. Schools here are a mess, Charles. The school situation here is an absolute mess. Poor kids. I feel sorry for them. They're going to be so screwed up, like so screwed up. They're gonna have like effed up memories forever, forever. I don't know what it's gonna do. Like how can you? I don't even. This is one big giant psyop experiment that you know, society's gonna be paying for. Bad. I know, I'm cracking. I wish I could, you know, get on with my life. Everything's on hold. Everything. You know, you know. That's what's happening. I wish I could remember the thought I had about Ford on what the next chain of events that's going on here. Because I want to be right. I know it. I've had a pretty good track record so far of nailing. Oh, the naming. Okay, this is good. This, because I did this as a joke. I've been telling people as a joke. Okay, so first it was, you know, the double mutant variant strain. Okay, so then I said, oh, they're going to come out with a triple mutant variant strain. Well, sure enough, this week, I think it was Monday, they came out with the triple mutant Bengal variant strain. Okay, so that was like, okay, so they added the word Bengal to it to be original. So they had the triple. So then I was talking to Dr. Andy yesterday morning, and I said to Andy, I said, you know, they've got the triple now and the triple Bengal, you know, one. I said, quadruple doesn't work. That it's and he said, yeah, that quadruple version doesn't work. You know, the quadruple mutant. He said that doesn't work. And he said, I said they're going to come up with a double double. And I'm not, no lie, folks. Yesterday afternoon, the Toronto Sun came out with the double mutant variant strain. I'm not lying. I couldn't believe it. I was like, the double. Okay, now here in Canada, we have a coffee chain called Tim Hortons, and a double means, what does it mean? I think it means double sugar, double cream. Look at that, eh? He said, give me more. Give me, I know there's more in this house. There is more, Doug. I know, eh? So double. We got double mutant. I'm going to get Dougie more treats here because he deserves it. You know, him and I are both going through this gluten thing, and I got bags of kangaroo. Hey, Doug? Oh, look at this stuff. Oh, a big bag of kangaroo. Yeah. What is it, dog? It's the only time he loves me, folks. I get no attention from him whatsoever. It's we have a one-way relationship. Knowing. It's a, oh, this stuff really smells. All right, Doug, look at this. Oh my God, look at the size of this one. This one's huge. All right, Doug. Hey, what is it? What is it? He's working closer and closer to me here. Hey, what is it? All right, you can have it. That was a big one. Oh, folks. All right. No more, Doug. You've had like almost a quarter bag this morning of treats. I know I'll trigger somebody, Ford, but that's what I do. I gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Can't say anything. Can't say anything. Good, the gluten. Or how about all the celebrities coming out with the gluten shots, eh? Or all the selfies, the people getting the selfies about getting your gluten shot. That's like unbelievable. And actually, here's something. This is fact too, folks. The government of Canada, the health department, is paying social influencers to post positive stuff on social media, and that is a fact. They've admitted it, the Health Canada. Okay. So all these people getting shots, I question it. You know. You know. I question it all. You know. And then there's, the what is it's contagious infectionitis. Infectionitis, I think it was called. And contagious infectionitis, that's the one you got to worry about now. You know. I look younger with a beard. I think I look older. I'm gonna let her grow. Well, I've done pretty good so far. It was driving me crazy for a while there when it was coming out, because I'm not very good with this hair thing. Because I can feel every single blade of hair on my head, and it's driving me crazy. But it is starting to. Maybe my nerve endings are starting to calm down on my face, my skin, and I'm not feeling it as much. But it's hard. It's the first 3 weeks. It's hard to get through it. So I'm going to. I guess we're going to grow a big old man beard. We'll give her a try anyways. We'll see how long I last. I probably won't last. It's just easier to shave it all off. Low maintenance. You know. And I don't want to have to buy special shampoo from, so like if it's all gone, I don't have to buy any shampoo. Oh. You know. But, yeah. What else is going on? I wish I could remember where I was going with my train of thought there about the old Dougie Ford. It was a good one. Had Dr. Andy over here, showed him a bunch of videos of different vaccinations, and Dr. Andy doesn't understand all these different methods of applying these shots for the gluten. He just is very reckless the way they're doing the needles. Some of the needle and the squirting out of excess at the end. He doesn't make actually. Andy was here on Tuesday to give Doug his rabies shots and all his shots, because Andy does home visits for me here, so I don't have to go to the public, to the animal hospital, because they're completely nuts out there. And well, they won't let anybody in the building, so Andy comes over here, and he was here. And we were giving Doug the shots, and I showed him the videos, and the one where they're squirting the Anthony Hopkins vaccine, and they just took the needle out and then squirts it into the air, and it was like, he goes, "What was that?" It was like, you know, And then the other ones too, where they're doing the one-handed jab, where they don't even hold the arm, and they just like they're throwing darts, like around the room, like well, there's one-handed jab thing where they just, like I've never in my life gotten a needle like that. Usually they have one hand hold your arm, and then they, well, no, the borders won't be open this summer, guaranteed. Because there's some things happening, folks. And I originally thought it was going to be July. I honestly thought that it was going to be July, but due to current events and the way things are unraveling, my new prediction is September. Because there is some crazy turmoil coming from now till August. Crazy stuff. There's going to be a lot of truth coming out. A lot of truth. Hello, Rebecca. You know, and there are some people that are, well, there's a lot of different cycles going on and people predicting things, and one of them I really believe, and I think there's going to be a lot of violence this summer, and it's not going to be violence from who you think it is. It's not going to be violence from people who want freedom back. It's not going to be that. There's going to be violence when people connect the dots and they find out that the gluten jab is done really bad things to them or their family, and these people are going to lash out. Yes, contagious vaccinosis. Exactly, Marilyn. Not many people know that one. You know, but we're gonna see people who have had severe reactions to the gluten shot, and they're going to lose it. They're going to get violent. They're going to have nothing left to lose, and because what's happened to them, and they're going to lash out at not politicians. They're not going to lash out at the police. They're not going to lash out at anybody of authority. They're going to lash out at who did it to them, and that means all these poor pharmacy workers, all these nurses, anybody who's giving this experimental gluten treatment is taking a big risk, because the old saying, when you have nothing to lose, that's when you're the most dangerous. And when you find out that like you've gotten, well, say you become sterilized, or you've got health problems, or blood clots, or like bad things happen to you, and next thing you snap, people snap. Now, I think that's where the violence is going to come from. You know, I really do, because it's not going to be the freedom-loving people. We haven't suffered enough for us to get violent yet. We're too comfortable right now. It's going to be people who have been hurt by this. You know. So, and that's the scary part, folks. Because I know what it's like to have nothing left to lose. That's you think pretty crazy things. Yeah. Crazy things. Anyways. So that's the Sunday morning update. I really wish I could get the Doug Ford train of thought I had there. I lost it. But we're locked up till they say May 24th. I think it's going to be longer. Because now they're trying to do the universal basic income. We've got a crazy deficit. Government spending money like no tomorrow. We're bankrupt up here. Like totally bankrupt. People don't realize it either, how bad it is. Like they just have no idea. They think, oh yeah, we can handle this debt. No, we can't. But of course, I've gone bankrupt in my life, so I know how it works, my business. And it's like, it mirrors. What's going on right now is a mirror of what happened to my life. And it's like, the end result is, you're going to go bankrupt. That's what happens. And, we're the amount of debt that we have piled up here, provincially and federally in this country, is mind-numbing. Actually, the world, just the world. Crazy. The amount of debt's crazy, folks. It's gonna and inflation. Oh, that was onto inflation. So you know how the government lies about inflation, and they say it's less than 2%. Well, back about 3 weeks ago, the White House, and it was right on the WhiteHouse.gov site, issued an inflation warning. Okay, and then last week, Powell at the Federal Reserve came out with an inflation. Now they see inflation coming. Okay, so the fact that they're now admitting this, it means the cat is out of the bag, folks. Prepare, stock up, buy lots of supplies, get your house in order. Food, gas, extra gas at home in case the power goes out for your generator. You know, plant a garden, get ready because buckle up, time's coming. The fact that they're now admitting it, like on the WhiteHouse.gov website, when they admit inflation, well, they know what they're calling it. They're calling it surge inflation, okay, which is so funny. Well, it's not funny, but it is sort of funny. But they call it surge inflation because they say that when everybody gets out of lockdown, there's going to be a surge of inflation because there's going to be so much currency hit the market chasing fewer goods, but it's only going to be a temporary inflation, and then it's going to go back down, which is not going to go back down because once people start seeing the dollar lose in value because of the inflation, they're going to spend everything, and then we're going to enter hyperinflation because hyperinflation is caused by the public saying that realizing the currency has no value, and they will spend it as fast as they can. Well, so that's coming. So plant a garden, buy supplies, buy silver, buy some physical silver, buy some Theta. It's on sale this week. Theta's on sale this week. All the cryptos are on sale. That was another event that was actually predicted this week. The financial hiccup. Nobody knew it was going to be crypto though, but they knew it was going to be a financial hiccup, and they were right. $500 billion got wiped out this week. $500 billion, folks. All orchestrated. Everything. The whole world's fake. Well, look at it. We gotta good is bad. We're arguing about bathrooms. Health Canada. This is good. Did you know? Okay, so now because they're trying to tell us that everybody's getting the gluten jab. That now they've opened. This is so good, folks. You're gonna get a kick out of this one. That pregnant individuals, okay? Pregnant individuals now can get the jab. Individuals, okay? That's who can be pregnant now in Canada. Pregnant individuals. That's right from the government website. Individuals. Unbelievable. We have gone right off the edge of the table. It's so crazy. It is. Anyways. Pregnant individuals. I couldn't believe that one last time. I read that and I was like, my God. The lunatics are running the asylum. They are. But they're not, that's another thing, folks. Don't ever, I see this all the time, people calling the politicians stupid. Remember that. They're not stupid. They're criminals, okay? They just want you to think they're stupid so they can steal from you. So just remember that. They're not stupid. These people are calculating criminals, okay? And they play the stupid game so that they can steal from us. Anyways, I've done enough ranting about things that have nothing to do with the duck adventure. I got my duckies. They're still here. 11 females, 2 males, 9 geese. Canada geese are here. And I go, I was going to work on the barn today. Depends if it rains or not. I don't know what I'm doing to do. Planting a garden again, just in case. And, just having a plan B, just in case anything happens. And I think something will. I'm going to let you go. And, like I said, I just wanted to do a quick update. Let you know where I'm at. But I just got up early and I was like, gotta talk to somebody. So I thought I'd talk to you. Take care. Have a great Sunday.